Thanks for your support as a channel member, Brian Herman. Well, it's Champions League semi-final day. I've got my home t-shirt on to celebrate. And after losing Mira in the summer, I'm doing the unthinkable for this. And I'm dropping Thor as well, because he's been rubbish since Christmas. Hello and welcome to part 229 of It's Coming Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have both legs of our Champions League semi-final against Roma. Since you were last with me, form has been excellent. We're scoring goals for fun in the Premier League, which we have now won, by the way. It wasn't even won in a match. I was tempted to come back and show you the match where we were going to win it, but Man United ended up just collapsing and we won it in between matches. But we have won the Premier League. But all these free scoring, goal scoring matches, they've all happened without Thor in the team. Ben Young has done a bit of a Mick Powell, now worth £71 million and considered the best striker at the club. He's in very, very good form. He's been playing very, very well, scoring lots of goals. So he's coming into the team for a Champions League semi-final. I'm not afraid. It'll be fine. So we're going with Radovic in goal. Again, he's been part of that team that's been doing really, really well. I'm playing him. I'm going for it. Look, if I don't get to develop these lads in the future, I'm going to develop them now in a Champions League semi-final. So we're going with Radovic in goal, a back four of Silvio, Juranovic, Lee and Meyer. It would have been Joksimovic, but he's injured. Zupancic and Robert in midfield. Diarra, Drame and Goff behind Young up front. Yeah, that's right. I'm going Diarra, Drame and Young rather than Augusto, Thor and Silva. It's the Champions League semi-final. This can't go wrong. It'll all be fine. I promise you, this group of players have been playing very well in the Premier League and they deserve their shot. I expect nothing but a win. I'm just hoping Roma aren't very good. We know they are. We looked in the last episode and saw that they are top of Serie A, which there's a very good chance they've already won at this point. I haven't actually gone back and checked. They also have Juric in their team, who was very good for us. He's one who perhaps it would have been nice in an alternative universe to bring him in permanently, but we never did. We had him on that one season loan. He was excellent. But now we've got our own super winger in the shape of Diarra, and it goes just wide from his burst forward. I like the fact we've got such a new look, young team out there today. It pleases me. Meyer with an audacious effort from miles away. If that had gone in, it would have been utterly ridiculous. I say we've got a young team. The right-hand side of the pitch still has a combined age of nearly 70, but we're not going to get bogged down with that. If we include Flager as well, the three options we've got on that right-hand side today, I've got a combined age of nearly 100, which wow, that's quite old. Although the left-hand side has a combined age younger than my in-game age, so. You know, it's youth down the left-hand side, old men down the right. Drame tries to win the ball in midfield, but is challenged there, but it ends up with Robert and now Goff, who's cut inside, finds Drame out to Meyer on the right. Drame's in there again. Goff also in the mix. The one person who was notably absent from that whole move was Ben Young. And Roma go up the other end and score an incredibly important away goal. This wasn't part of the script. This is not ideal. Also not ideal. It's probably just as well that I've only got to record 2 more episodes in this series, or 3 if we get to the final, I guess. It's looking less likely now. I've got a cold coming. I've got a sniffle coming on. But luckily, I'm having a week off next week, or a couple of weeks off, I guess. I don't know when the beta's actually coming out. But you're not going to have to hear me sniffle and moan about it this year. I'm sorry. I know you all love it usually. Meyer now trying to sort something out down this right side. We're going to have to bring the old guard back for the return leg of this, aren't we? Oh, if Roma go 2 goals up, this is disastrous. Maybe I've tried to be too clever for my own good. Radovic. Should he be playing? Was this the game to do it? I've had 3 years to put him in the team and get him experience. He has played a lot of Premier League games this year. He's probably played maybe 15 Premier League games. So it's not that he's completely untried. But yikes. we are leaving ourselves with an awful lot to do in this tie if we're going to make it to a third Champions League final of the series. What an anticlimax this will be if we end up getting knocked out in the semi-final because I tried to... I mean, it would sum up the series perfectly. Kev does a weird team selection, trying to be too clever, and ends up getting knocked out in the semi-final. Drame now trying to create something to prove that he is the best attacking midfielder at the club. I think he probably is, but is he a big game player the way Silva is? That's the thing we probably need to bear in mind. Silvio's picked up an injury, so he's going to come off at half-time. Aleth is going to come on. I've got Candamel down on the bench as well because, as you can probably imagine, I didn't pick my bench. You're much better than this. Exactly, they are much better than this. Let's get Aleth on. The assistant manager's recommending Candamel. Does nobody remember Aleth from last year's Champions League run? We have got a lot of very good attacking options to come on in this second half. It's just going to be a case of picking the two that are most likely to get us back into this game. If we can somehow find a way out of this match level, then we can just pretend away goals don't exist. So let's try and battle back to a draw. And then it'll be all good for the second leg. We'll sort that out. We'll worry about that in the second half of the episode. Right, I'm making changes already. This attack hasn't worked, has it? In fact, nothing's really worked. But we're gonna bring on the big guys. And there you go. With half an hour to go, Thor and Augusto both coming on to come and sort out the mess that I've made. Silva and Flager probably feeling very hard done by that they didn't get to come on too. But 4 of the best players at the club were sat down there on the bench. Oh, God. Goff with a free kick. He scores. Goff gets one back. Even this is a scoreline we can get back from if need be. But if we can get this back to a draw and save some face in this first leg, this has been ridiculous. Let's demand more again. Don't let them score. Don't let them score! What did I just say? Radovic not paying attention in goal. I specifically told him not to let them score, and he let them score. He's not even looking. He's listening to me saying, don't let him score. And that's probably... I've got to take the blame for that one, I guess. Oh, my word. Right, Aleth now to Zupancic. Across to Robert. I guess we have to attack at this point. I know it's still only the first leg, and it is mad, but... Augusto's got another goal back. Okay, 3-3 is fine as well. We're just taking away goals out of the equation. Let's grab another one, make it 3-3, and just go to their place and make sure we win the match on the night, and that will get us through. That's got to be the thinking at this point. Continue to demand more. Goff with another free kick. Lee is there! What an important goal from Lee! In his 10th year at the club, it's home 3, Roma 3 now. And, oh my word, I'm hoping, cleaning up our own mess here after a terrible start to the match, a questionable team selection. Look at those stats. In what world do they score 3 goals? It's absolutely absurd that we've got to this situation. We've dominated the game. We have actually played well. But they just scored 3 goals. Well, aggressively, not good enough. We need to sort that out in the second leg. First, I've got to play Tottenham offline in a game that doesn't really matter. And then we'll do that away leg. Yikes. That was a little bit scary. Right, no shenanigans for the second leg. We've gone back to what is probably the strongest team we've got available. I mean, I'm 25 years into the save. I'm about to retire and I still don't really know who my strongest team is. Says it all really, doesn't it? We're going with Powell in goal. A back four of Silvio, Juranovic, Lee and Mayer. Cristiano and Robert in midfield. Diarra, Drame and Goff behind. Thor up front. Let's get into the game. And fingers crossed, book our third Champions League final. Remember, 3-3 from the first leg. You've just watched it. I don't know why I'm reminding you. Juric is their captain. 3-3 from the first leg. They've got 3 away goals. A draw today is not going to be enough. We need to go out there and win. And we do have a strong team to enable us to go and do it. Hopefully, this is the return to Ballon d'Or level performances from Thor, who has just been sulking since Christmas when he finished second behind Mira. which, by the way, no sign of Paris Saint-Germain in this competition at this stage. So we're already doing better than Mira, but Thor needs to prove individually he's better than him too. Silvio with the cross to Thor, and it's straight at the Roma goalkeeper, and the move breaks down. But the highlight seems to continue. So are we going back at them again? It's Goff in midfield. He's got Mayer as an option on the overlap. Finds him. Cross from Mayer. Diarra's there and scores with just 7 minutes on the clock. It's a lovely finish from Diarra. A 14th goal of the season for Diarra. Lovely cross from Mayer. Beautiful finish from Diarra. I can't believe even earlier this season I was questioning whether this man would make it. He obviously has made it. What a finish that is, on his weak foot as well. Absolutely stunning goal. He's a very good left winger, and we're 1-0 up on the night, 4-3 up on aggregate. And as it stands, obviously, 1 foot in the Champions League final. But a goal for Roma puts them right back in the lead again because they've got those away goals. So the ideal thing is we score twice more before half-time, going 3-0 up at half-time, knowing the away goals are out of the equation, and we're comfortably ahead in the tie. Diarra with the cross for Thor. Thor scores. 23rd goal of the season for him. 2-0 to home. Still just 13 minutes on the clock, and we're a little bit closer to cancelling out this away goal situation. Goff instrumental in the move. Diarra brilliant again. And Thor is back, boys and girls. He hammered it into the back of the net. He loves this competition. He's over the Premier League. He's bored of it. But the Champions League, Thor turns up and it's off the line by their goalkeeper, and we are rampant so far. Cristiano now plays it back to Juranovic. Robert in midfield, back to Juranovic again. Cristiano back to Juranovic, back to Robert. We're knocking the ball around nicely in midfield. Diarra plays it through to Thor. Thor just drops back, finds Drame. We build again. It's Mayer on the right-hand side, looking for that cross again. Can't quite get it away, but Robert's tucked into the right-back position to cover. Plays it back over the top, looking for Goff, who finds Drame, who hits the crossbar, and it's cleared off the line again. There's still only 16 minutes on the clock. We are all over Roma. A third goal here would be lovely. Cristiano, Robert, Diarra, Thor wins the corner, I think. There's a big deflection there. We've got a corner, and this would be a nice position for the goal. Diarra to take the corner, floats it in. It's an in-swinger, ends up with Robert on the edge of the area, who can't get the cross in, and that's surely the end of this move now and the end of this highlight. But we have just... It's not. We could start again from the throw, and it's Silvio trying to cross, is tackled, and now Roma have got a break on, maybe, although we're just closing them down. Robert intercepts. Drame from the edge of the area, hits the crossbar again. My word. This has been possibly the best 20 minutes of football Roma have ever played. But Roma now coming at us. If we concede a goal here, it's all for nothing. Goff trying to get the counter-attack going. We've got men over. Diarra's in, and their goalkeeper has made an excellent save again. But we're all over him. Goff with the corner, can't beat the first man. Juranovic plays it back to Goff, who tries again, and once again can't beat the first man. But that has been a high-tempo start to the match. The question has to be, can we keep this pace going throughout the full 90 minutes? Although, looking at the two teams a second ago, Roma look more tired than we do. Diarra gets the tackle in, and we've got another counter-attack on, and once again, there's green shirts everywhere. Diarra picks it back up again from the clearance. Cristiano with the shot. Thor to Drame. Drame scores, and there you go. Away goals no longer mean anything. For now, because of course if we grab a fourth, all of a sudden we have the away goals advantage. But the super important thing, and I know there's a long way to go in this match, but the super important thing is their away goals were all answered by us scoring goals at home. So yes, I'm excited that we've cancelled out the away goals, but I'm even more excited that with an hour of the tie left, it's Roma 3, home 6 on aggregate, and that is a solid lead. Drame now trying to get in behind it, falls to Cristiano. Drame's there again. Robert back to Drame. Drame from the edge of the area grabs number 4. Lamine Drame, 18th goal of the season. You all thought I was mental when I spent £35 million on him as an 18-year-old. You all cheered when I signed Silva in the summer because we finally had a world-class midfielder again after 5 years of persisting with Drame. And Drame just said, hold my beer, and has forced Silva out of the side. Silva's not even on the bench for today because I'm so confident that Drame is the best attacking midfielder at the club. Plus, I don't pick my own bench, but still, Troy Deeney's confident too. Narrative. Oh, wow. 4-0 up. After that first leg, I didn't expect us to get into this position at this point in the match, but that has been a performance from that front four for the first half of that match, and Roma must be going in at half time absolutely shell shocked. What on earth do they've got to score 5 goals with no reply in this second half to get into the Champions League final. I don't think it's likely to happen, but let's not count our chickens before they're hatched. Silvio now with the throw. Diarra tries to play Thor in. Thor beats his man and scores, and it's 5-0 to home. And this is a Champions League semi-final, everybody. We beat Roma 7-1, I think it was, a few years ago in the Champions League. We're on for doing it again in the Champions League semi-final. We said in the last round that we were feeling pretty confident after knocking Bayern Munich out, but with Thor back and Drame and Diarra proving that although there's a lot of old men still knocking around in this squad, the youngsters are very much coming through. Thor scored again. That's his hat-trick. That's 6-0. The future is very bright for home. And oh my goodness, this is a lot of fun at this point. I think it's safe to say we've got a Champions League final coming up to end the series. And I'm actually thinking, I know I said earlier in the episode, a third episode, what's the point of showing you a league game? No one really wants to see it. We just want the Champions League final now. It's 7-0. We're going to do the Champions League final tomorrow, and then a season review and a 5 years in the future thing and all that kind of stuff. Drame's 19th goal of the season now. We did not need to sign Silva. We didn't know it at the time. Or perhaps we did. Perhaps signing Silva was exactly what Drame needed to prove just how good he is. Salis has been playing in a couple of these Premier League games. Our third choice, our 18, 19-year-old young Italian that we signed from Juventus. And Silva's going to be moving on again. Drame's just got a hat-trick. Right. I guess we just need to look in terms of tiredness. We don't really have anyone to come on for Drame. Alif can come on for Silvio. I'm looking at yellow cards and tiredness, really. Robert can come off and we can bring... In fact, let's take both of those off. Bring on Bogarski and Sapancic. Just change up the midfield. And Bogarski, by the way, has done a Mick Powell. He just had a scout report through saying he's now a leading Premier League player. Not a scout report, a coach report. Goff now trying to get in on the action. Thor is there. I thought Thor was going to get his 4th goal of the match, which after the form he's been in for so long would have been absurd. It's absurd that he's got a hat-trick. He was dropped for the first leg. Perhaps that's exactly what he needed. All this time, he just needed dropping for a big match. And that sorted him out. He's realised that he'd dropped down the pecking order a little bit. Wasn't a guaranteed starter anymore. And he's done a Mick Powell. He's done a Thor. Forget doing a Mick Powell. He's done a Thor. He's come back again. And there you go. Roma get their goal to replicate the scoreline from however many years ago. I think it was 7-1 last time. It's now 10-4 to us on aggregate. I'm not that worried that Roma are going to get another 7 goals in these next few minutes. I think we're still safe for a Champions League final tomorrow. The question is just going to be who we're playing. And of course, tomorrow's episode will be a premiere. So keep an eye out for that at 4:00 tomorrow. And of course, all those lovely people who've signed up to be channel members this week are going to be able to use their emojis for the Champions League final. That would be nice. It's 7-2 now. We've taken our foot off the pedal a little bit. I don't want to see this. What I do want to do is just, do I tell them to concentrate? It seems a little bit harsh when we've scored 7 goals, but it's sloppy to concede 2 at the end hits. You've got to be impressed with the fight Roma are putting up. That they've still got the oomph to go and score 2 goals late on like that. I don't know that I'd be bothered. But we have made it through to the Champions League final. We have to wait and see who we're going to be playing, I think. So I think the other semi-final is tomorrow. So, it's at Old Trafford as well. We get to play a Champions League final in England. We should surely take some fans to that, you would think. Right, let's fast forward and see who we're playing. What is this? Oh, FA Cup semi-final. I'm going to say, I don't want an FA Cup final getting in the way. We've got to find a way to lose that. There we go then. It's going to be a Champions League final against Atletico Madrid. And it might even be a double header with an FA Cup final as well. You never know. But definitely tomorrow, 4 p.m, premiere. It's going to be home versus Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final at Old Trafford to end the series. I'm going to cry. I think I'm going to cry. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.